What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be taking a look at 808 glides and everything you need to know to just make those sexy glides that you've been waiting to make. This is going to be a shorter tutorial, but we're going to pack it full of knowledge so that you understand exactly how to do it right away. And we're going to be talking about things that I haven't seen in any of these other videos either. So stick around to the end. I'm going to be dropping gems the whole way through. Now, without any further ado, let's get right into this. First things first, if you want to do good glides and you actually want to be able to do long glides and cool things like that, you're going to need a long 808. Okay, so you could use a Spins 808, you could use a long 808, you could even use like more of a synth-based 808. It's all up to you as long as you have a longer note. So if we look at what I'm using in this project right here, you can see it is a long 808 note. Now yours doesn't have to be that long or that crazy, but this one is very, very optimal. The next thing you're going to do is get into your controls right here. You're going to want to make sure glide is set to glide because by default it's on off. So put this bad boy on glide so that Ableton knows you want to glide it. All right, and then you got the time right here, the time in milliseconds that it's going to be gliding. I recommend somewhere above 100 milliseconds, all right? You might have to play with this a little bit, but it usually above 100, usually right around 100 to 200 is the sweet spot. So go ahead and find it. It's going to be different for different BPMs, but as long as you're in that 100 range, you're going to be solid. Now let's actually look at how you can draw out these notes. So let's look at some of this MIDI first, all right? So this is a MIDI that I have going right here. And obviously you can see these are flat notes right here. And then we get into some glides right here. Okay, so first this note is going to glide up to this note, which is then going to glide down to this note, back up to this note, and back down. So what you're going to do to actually make it glide is you're going to overlap those notes. So as you can see, this one is overlapping this one. So it's going to glide from this note up to this note. And since this note right here is overlapping this note below it, it's going to glide from this note to that note. So that's how you have to think about it. The note that's overlapping it is going to glide from that note to the note that's being overlapped. So that's how you have to think about it. And when you're doing glides, it's going to be very important that you use the same octaves, okay? Unless the 808 pattern is switching up and you understand that the 808s are in the right place with the melody. God, get your 808s in key before you do this, man. Make sure 808s are in key. But the best thing you can do is just glide with octaves. So you can see this note right here is a B2, and this note right here is an F sharp 4. That's because this note right here is going to be an F sharp 3. All right, so make sure if you're doing this that one of the notes lines up. These notes go together, okay? If I just did a B to an F sharp and then I didn't do any other glides afterwards, it would probably sound crazy. So let's listen to this really quick. Okay, so as you can see, it glided up, it went down, and then it went even higher. And I believe this one's just another octave higher. Yep, it's a F sharp 5, F sharp 4, F sharp 3. So as you can see, I'm staying on that same note as we're gliding all around, but we're going different octaves. So hell, we could even go an octave higher with this one if we wanted to, but it all depends on the sound that you're trying to go after. So you're definitely gonna have to play around with this quite a bit. What else are we doing in this pattern? So in this pattern, if we go over here, you can see we have a note and then we're going up like 3 octaves. So let's see, this is a B5 and we're starting at what, a B2? So we're going up 3 octaves from here. Let's listen to what this sounds like. Okay, so depending on how high of an octave you go, you're gonna get a different sort of a glide sound. It's gonna be more woo or more woo, depending on how high you go. So if we were to create something, let's actually go off the beginning here so I can just show you if we create something from scratch, okay? So this is a B, and what I usually do is I'll just draw in another note like this, and then I'll go up like an octave or something. So let's go all the way up. Maybe we'll do this, and then we'll go down an octave from there. So let's duplicate that, go down, and maybe we go down another octave, and then we're gonna go back down to this one, okay? So if we do it like this, where these notes aren't overlapping each other, it's not going to be this note to this note. It's going to be this note to this note, back down to this note to this note to this note to this note. Okay, so it's going to sound a little bit different when you do it that way. And you know what? That's a little bit too fast. So let's actually spread these out just a little bit more here. Okay, so that's gonna sound a lot different than if we have these ones overlapping, okay? Okay, it's gonna go whoa. So that's something that you have to keep in mind as well, and that's how you can get tricky and you can get some crazy results. If you're overlapping these notes, it's gonna go from this note to this note. But if we didn't do that, if we did what we just did last time, like I said earlier, it's literally gonna overlap. It's gonna go from here to here, back down to this note, but then we're gliding up here, and then we're gliding from this note to this note. So it literally is all about which note is overlapping. Now let's listen back to this one more time so you can see what I mean. So literally play with that, play with the different octaves that you're gliding, and just have fun with it, fam. That's literally all it's about. And as a bonus little secret, I know you're probably wondering how we did it. Let me show you right now. So I have another track right here, which is an 808 delay track. And that's probably where you heard this little trick. And you can hear that it was going from left to right, echoing and stuff like that. So I'll show you how to do that really quick, just as an added little bonus. So obviously you can see when that 808 goes off, I cut out all the drums at that point so that it has like, it's like a still moment where all you hear is that echoing 808 and none of the other drums are taking the space for it. So how you do that is what I did first is I drew two little notes where I want it to be. And then I just put an echoing plugin on it, okay? I believe the one that I used for this is Replica. And all Replica does is a ping pong effect. So it ping pongs back and forth. Ping pong is just gonna go from the left ear to the right ear, and it does this at a 1/8 interval. So you can literally do this with Ableton's Echo plugin. You can do this with the H delay. There's all kinds of plugins that can do the ping pong effect. You just have to find a delay plugin that you like. And it's literally that easy, guys. So remember, I cut out the drums here to leave space for it to make it sound epic. And then I just put this 808 on its own track because I don't want the whole 808 thing to echo, just that. And that's how I did it. So let's listen to it now. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap up the 808 gliding tutorial. That is literally all the steps that you need to know to be able to do any of the crazy 808 shit that you hear. I don't want to hear anybody like, well, FL Studio does it different, so how do I do it like FL Studio? Nah. This is how you do it like FL Studio. This is how you do it the same way, but it's a little bit different. You can get the same exact effects doing it this way. You just have to spend a little bit more time figuring it out. Besides that, guys, give us a follow on Instagram if you haven't already. We're posting content on there all the time. I'll let you know when we got new tutorials that we're uploading, new content, and what's happening in the community as well. Also, if you want to join the Discord, make sure to join that because people are in there collaborating. They're dropping drum kits, there's samples in there, people are sharing samples, there's crazy shit going on in that Discord, so you're not going to want to miss out on that either. Link is in the description below. Besides that, guys, make sure to smash a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we're uploading awesome videos like this all the damn time that you're not going to want to miss out on. And besides that, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.